friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. For today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the budget that I wrote for the week of April 6th. We're going to take a look at all of the budgeted amounts. We're going to fill in the actual amounts, and we're going to see whether I was over or under budget for the week. If you are not familiar with my channel, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Jessie, and my husband and I are on a journey to pay off all of our credit card debt. Hopefully by the end of this year. We sit down every single week when my husband gets paid and we write out a budget. We aim to stick to it to the best of our ability so that we can pay extra towards the debt that we are currently working on, which is a Lowe's card. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I have my paycheck bill tracker here with all of the budgeted amounts written in, and we are going to reference my transaction log here to see what I actually spent. Every single dime that I spend gets categorized and color-coded and put down in this calendar, so we are going to make use of those things to figure out whether or not I stuck to my budget. I also have my Conscious wallet here with my cash envelopes that we'll be referencing. So let's go. Let's get this going. So the very first thing that I budgeted for was groceries. I have a family of 4. We live in Southeast Michigan. I have 2 teenage sons, so we go through a lot of groceries. This week I budgeted $200 for groceries, and if we flip here to my transaction log, which is on a calendar spread that I actually took from an Erin Condren monthly planner. I just uncoiled it and used some washi tape to cover up the coil binding and punched through that with my arc punch in order to put that here in my disc bound system from the Happy Planner. Works out really, really great. I love the layout and the paper of the Erin Condren, but I love this disc bound system. So this is the way for me to get the best of both worlds and have everything all in one planner. I do have a video where I kind of broke down the whole process of that. If you're interested in it, I will link it in a card above. But for now, we're just taking a look at this calendar, and we are looking for all the pink stickers because, as you can see, according to my key here, pink is for groceries. So I have my calculator here, and we're just going to add up all of the pink stickers. We're looking at the week of April 6th through the 12th. So any pink stickers that are on any of these dates here. So we have Walmart on Tuesday the 6th for $181. Plus we went to Aldi on Saturday and spent $13 for a total of $194. You guys can't really see that, can you? Let me up this brightness a bit. Is that better? I think that's better. So yeah, we got $194. Just gonna check those off so I know I tracked them. And we'll flip here to my bill tracker and put that in. So yes, I can pull these pages right out if I wanted to reference them without flipping back and forth. I got a comment about that last week. I don't know. I just like keeping everything together. So that's that. All right, next we had Weight Watchers, but we know we didn't actually have to pay Weight Watchers. One of you signed up for Weight Watchers using my link, so I got a free month and you got a free month as well. If you are interested in joining Weight Watchers, I do have a link down below that will get you your first month free. If you have a few pounds to lose, don't we all, after being quarantined for a year? Definitely check that out. But I plan to pay nothing, and that's exactly what I paid. Next up, I have my camper, which I budgeted $200 for. My husband and I own a camper that we're making payments on monthly. And if we go back here to my calendar page, all of my bills are in this blue color here. So we are looking for a blue sticker. And here we are, camper. So it was $200 that I needed to pay for that. You can see it's not checked off. That's because I actually have not made that payment yet. I need to call and do that today, but I will be making that phone call, that will get paid. I have the $200 set aside for it, so we're just going to go ahead and write that in. And since that was as budgeted, we're still writing in this black pen, 200. All right, next we have my Boost mobile bill, which we budgeted $130 for, and that came out at exactly $130 as anticipated. Can you guys see that? There you go. So we're going to go ahead and transfer that here. Next up, we have HBO Max, which we budgeted $16 for. HBO Max came out at $15.84. Hopefully you guys can see that. So that was under budget. For Netflix, we budgeted $14, and that came out at $13.99, as you can see there. So that's accurate. Let me know, you guys, if it's too distracting having me flip back and forth, because I can, like I said, pull these pages. This is easier for me, but I'll do whatever's best for y'all. Okay, we have Disney Plus that we budgeted $7 for, and Hulu that we budgeted $6 for. These are things that still have not cleared my account, but I know exactly what the bill is going to be, and I've already set that money aside, so we can go ahead and write that in as well. That will clear today. So, Disney Plus was $7, Hulu was $5.99. So that came in just as anticipated. So that is all of the actual column filled in here for my bills section. I'm going to pull in my calculator here and add these up. So we have 194 plus 200 plus 130 plus 1584 plus 1399 plus 7 plus 599. Oh boy, look at that. 13,000 is definitely not right. So we had 130. I skipped a plus sign there. So there we go. That's what I love about my calculator on my phone. I can see everything that I plugged in, and I can see right where I made a mistake, so I don't have to plug all those numbers in again. So 566.82 was what I spent. So we are under budget by just a little bit. We budgeted $573, we spent $566.82, so we are $6.18 under budget. Not a whole heck of a lot, but I love to see a number that's lower than what I budgeted for, because as you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, anything that I budget that I don't spend goes right to an extra debt payment. So I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this here right now. So from my bills category, we are able to pay an extra $618 towards debt. We will come back to this extra debt section in a little bit. For now, we're going to move here to my cash envelopes. So first up for my cash envelopes, I have my husband spending money. I give him $40 at the start of every single week, and without fail, he always sticks to his budget. He never overspends. He never comes back for more money. He's a rock star like that. If he has any money left over from his spending money, he always just rolls it over to the next week. So I gave him $40, and that was actually what he spent. Next up is my spending money. I keep track of what I spend my spending money on here on my transaction log, just because I like to know where my money went. I'm kind of anal like that. I could very easily just go through the motions and spend it, and then whenever I run out of money, I stop spending it. I've done that in the past, and that works too, but I just like to see where the money went. So I'm going to go ahead and add them up. So as you can see here, well, first let's check out my key. So my spending is in the purple stickers. Purple's my favorite color, so that's how I track it. I had a couple of transactions here. I bought a pack of highlighters on the 7th. You guys, they are so good. I'm loving them. They are erasable highlighters from the Friction brand, and they are so cool. I highly recommend these. This is one of them. It came in a pack of 5, I think. Yeah, we'll just pause and I will show you these. These are so cute. I love the pastel colors. It comes in blue, mint, like a light purple, a pink, and a yellow. And the best part is that they are erasable. So you can erase, highlight something, and then if you decide that you don't need it highlighted anymore, you can just erase them. And they work perfectly. I love them. They were $6 on Amazon. Highly, highly recommend those. Those are so good. Okay, back to the task at hand here. So I bought the highlighters for $6, and then I had an afterpay payment due of $31, and that was a grand total of $37 spent. So I budgeted $40. I only spent $37. And I always like to just go into my wallet and show you my spending envelope here. Should have $3 left. And that's exactly what I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this off to the side. You guys know anytime I have extra money, I like to put it towards debt. So that $3 is going to go towards a debt payment. All right, next up I have my son Robert. I gave him $50 as anticipated. You saw that if you watched my cash envelope stuffing video, which I will also link in a card above if you'd like to check that out. Austin did get $20 as anticipated, and my lawn care got $20 as anticipated. That all happened in that video. Next up I have gas. I'm not going to bother flipping you to the calendar page because I can tell you we didn't spend any gas money. We still have not needed to fill up this month. So I budgeted $40. I always budget $40 every single week because that's what it costs to fill my tank from empty. But we haven't been driving all that much. I can tell you for sure that before this coming weekend we're going to need to fill up because we are going to our campground. So we're going to need to fill up then, but for now, if we look at my gas envelope, there is still that $40 in there. So that's going to go right towards debt as well, which is exciting. All right, next up we have eating out. And I budgeted $50 for eating out, but if you guys remember, I actually rolled over $20 from last week that I had left over. So we had a grand total of $70 in my eating out envelope. And boy, did we spend that. My husband requested that we go to his favorite deli, which has ridiculously expensive sandwiches that he's just over the moon for. And since we had the extra money in the eating out envelope, I went ahead and gave him the green light for that. So you can see eating out is in yellow. We spent $63 on corned beef sandwiches, you guys. It was ridiculous, but he loves it. It's his favorite. My family of 4 got to indulge a little bit in that. So we were still under budget, so it's all good. $63 though. Oi. So expensive. Okay, so we had 70. I know this is a little bit confusing because we had 20 from last week's income and then 50 from this week's income. So we started with 70. We spent 63. That means there should be $7 left in my eating out envelope. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is that. We're going to go ahead and put that over with the other cash. And lastly, I have miscellaneous. And according to my little key here, you can see that miscellaneous is that green color. And we had one miscellaneous transaction. We spent $13. I had to pick up some batteries and a few other things, and I just used my miscellaneous budget for that. So we had 25, we spent 13. So we should have a total of $12 left in that envelope. So let's see. 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So that all worked out and added up properly, which is good. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, you know, $1 will get spent here or there and I won't remember to track it, but this week it was all good. So we budgeted a grand total of $285, and what we actually spent was 40 plus 37 plus 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 63 plus 13. That's going to be wrong because this here. So, I need to redo this. Luckily, I write in erasable pens. So, I'm just going to go ahead and make this 70 so that my numbers will add up properly. I know that 20 of that came from last week from my little note here. So let's add this up a little bit differently. Sorry, you guys. I don't typically roll money over, so I don't really have a protocol for that. 40 plus 40 plus 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 40 plus 70 plus 25 is 305 was the grand total that we had for all of our cash categories at the start of the week. And we spent 40 plus 37 plus 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 63 plus 13, $243, which leaves us with $62 left over. So that's what I should have here in my little cash stack. So let me just organize this a little bit. Thank you for coming along with me as I kind of figure everything out. So let's count this up. We have 20, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. And that $62, I am so excited, is going to go up here for yet another debt payment. So this will be envelopes, extra, and that'll be 62. So that takes care of that. Now, if we move up here to sinking funds, this was all as budgeted. Again, I did this in my cash envelope stuffing video. I put exactly what we budgeted right into my envelopes. It's actually not envelopes at all. I keep my sinking funds in an accordion folder here. Check out that video if you want more info on that. But these were all as budgeted. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way down in black ink. I'm so excited to see so much black ink on this page. It means that we stuck to the plan and did not go over budget. And now, lastly, we have this extra debt category. So, we always send at least $233 every single week to the credit card we're currently working on, which is a Lowe's card. That's a given. That happens every single week. Also, if you watched my video where I did my debt payoff games, I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to call that video when I upload it. It was debt roulette and the savings challenges that I was doing. What I basically did was took all of my challenges that I was using to save extra money, and I just turned them into fun games to help me pay extra towards debt. I decided against focusing on savings and instead putting all of my efforts into paying off debt. So when we rolled the dice and did the cards and figured out our totals for all of those games, we paid an extra $60 to debt. So those things did happen. If we go back here to my calendar, you can see extra debt payments are in this gray color, and you can see here we paid the $233 for our snowball and we paid the $60 for the games, so that was as anticipated. We also, if you can see here on the 8th, I took some rewards from a credit card that we've been using and paying off regularly, and took that reward money and paid it right to our Lowe's card as well. So that was $35.03, which, look, you guys, I don't even have enough space here. So we're going to just kind of pencil it in here. $35.03 from our Discover rewards, plus the $6.18 from the bills category and the $62 from the envelopes category that we had left over. And we paid a ton in extra debt payments. We pay all of the minimum payments on our credit cards, so we do have a couple of credit cards we're still working on in addition to our Lowe's card. Those get the minimum payments when they're due, but then all our extra money that we can come across goes towards the one card we're focusing on, which is Discover. So by the time I pay the extra from the bills category and I deposit this extra envelope money and pay that, we will have paid a grand total of $233 plus $60 plus $618 plus $62 plus $35.03, $396.21 in extra debt payments this week. We only planned to pay $293, so that means we paid an additional $100 and some this week that we were able to come up with, which is so exciting. So we're going to take that $396.21 and subtract the $293. Yeah, we paid an additional $103.21 from all this extra money that we were able to accumulate, which is exciting. So $396.21 closer to paying off our Lowe's card. I'm going to stick this cash that we had left over in our envelopes right back into my wallet. I have this debt envelope here, so that is how I differentiate that this money is going to go into the bank and be made as an extra debt payment. So I'm going to get that put in there, and that is going to do it for my April 6th budget results. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The only other thing I have here is this section here in extra savings, which is a rollover amount. I don't fill that in on camera because I don't disclose my income here. So just in case you're wondering what that was about, I do have money that was left over from our income that's going to get rolled over into next week. My husband is paid based on commission, and so his paychecks fluctuate a lot. So we do a lot of rolling over to make sure that all our bills and everything are covered. Okay, now that's really it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please take a minute and give it a big thumbs up. That really, really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.